Hello, here is Timo Tokola speaking. So I am presenting the presentation of University of Eastern Finland, and my title is the collaboration with companies in GIS and remote sensing subjects. So first I'd like to little bit introduce our unit. It's a university with various fields, and we have the School of Forest Sciences here in Joensuu in the eastern side of the Finland. And the university itself is covering major subjects in a very general university. So we have rather large health science faculty, and then also philosophical sciences, especially teacher education, and then of course this business school with social sciences, as well as this natural sciences with the forestry. So altogether there is a little bit less than 16,000 students in our university, and we have 2 campuses. So the forest sciences started 1982. We have our training mainly in this core forest management issues, covering the wide range of different forest science branches. Maybe one of the specialities is that we also spend quite a lot of attention to methodological studies. So we have a lot of GIS studies, mathematics, statistics, computer science in our curriculum. So this is the covering technological, economical, and ecological issues. So the unit itself is not so large. It's just 14 full professors, then 15 senior lecturers or researchers, and then around 50 PhD students are actively doing their studies. So annually around 10 PhDs are granted in our forestry unit. So one of the European activities, we have also international master programs. So the European Forestry Master Program is very popular because it's getting EU funding, and we have collaboration with German university, Austrian university, Spanish, French, and Romanian universities. And first year studies are done here in Finland, and then the second year studies in our partner universities. So we have also partnerships outside Europe, because the forestry is very important in Brazil, China, and Canada. And we once in a while we hire also teachers, and we also have different type of exchange with them. However, although we are rather small as a university unit, there is unique collaboration between European Forest Institute and also the National Forest Institute. The headquarters of the National Forest Institute is also located opposite of our building, and same is the European Forest Institute. So altogether we are a rather large concentration of different forestry experts here in the very small area. And when we go to the exact subject itself, the collaboration between companies and our unit it's very common in the projects, and also there is exchange of teachers. And here is maybe the overview. So there are various concepts internships, we have supervision of thesis is rather common. Teachers are visiting in our lecture, in our courses. Expertise exchange is very common. In the research projects there are various roles, and of course sometimes there are also startups which are popping up from our research projects. So here is one example about the internship experience. Stefano Puliti was 2011 he was in Argonaut, and he was mentioning in his report that during my applied period I will learn how to use practically the latest techniques used in the inventories using LiDAR and other remote sensing materials, which I studied in the forest resource assessment class. After a training period where I learned how ARPO-LiDAR, an inventory process developed for boreal forest, will adapt these technologies to the situation in my home country. So Stefano was one of our European forestry students, and he was doing his internship in Argonaut. Argonaut is a really important partner for us because they are offering internships every year, and they are also once a while research project in the various concepts, so they are really good partner and also located very nearby. By the way, Stefano is now actually in Norway. He just completed his PhD from drone inventory methodology. So most probably, if you are active with drones, then you will learn the articles of Stefano. So one of the most important thing is that in the university that we are really developing new methodologies. So we need to be ahead of the others, and that's why, or that's also the basis for the company collaboration. So if we see a little bit about history, we started maybe in 80s and until middle 90s we were very active in satellite image-based large area forest inventory. And currently the NFI, this KNN type of approach was largely developed also in our university, and different papers were done during those days. And maybe the next step was to try to develop IT system, GIS-based IT system, which was integrating the GIS remote sensing and fieldwork database, and we had quite a many projects also from that. And when maybe early 90s we started more and more focus to detailed forest information. So tree specific, stand specific LiDAR data was maybe the most common, but we also did quite a lot work with different aerial photographs, different resolution of different alternative data sources, which were then fused in the various methodologies. So, and maybe 2004 we had also one project with new planning system. It's this Simosol type of research was done during those days, and that's also one of those startups which are coming from the university. During the last 10 years we have done also some terrain trafficability work. It's not so large amount of papers than in remote sensing, but it's becoming more and more important. Here in the right side of the slides you can see single species LiDAR observations in the left side. There is pine, and in the middle there is spruce, and the birch trees are in the right side of these cylinders. And the one idea or in the interpretation of these point clouds is that we count the number of points in the different sections, in the vertical sections of the forests. And if we think about the startup and other areas where we have been active, one example was, of course, very early days in the early 90s. We had a research project for automatic tree delineation and calculating the information based of single tree detection. And Arponaut was really developing high-end product for the segmentation of single trees, and they had nice mathematicians who were able to extract very well the trees, and that same methodology was also used in stand delineation. So Arponaut was really then started. So of course it's Tuomo Kauranen was really the key person in that startup. And one other example is this new generation planning system, this SIMO project we had, and SIMOSOL was created. Idea was to have an open source forest management planning system, and nowadays it's running through this private company, and one of the most important persons was, of course, Rasinmäki, Dr. Rasinmäki. So domestic research implemented in the different areas is, of course, one issue. We have quite many papers from the tropics. We are active in different plantations, national forest IT system, and our experts are collaborating with consulting companies like Indofor, NIRAS, and sometimes also lots like Stora Enso and UPM-10. So they are our partners in various situations. So if we are now coming to recent development, these new trends in forest IT. So here in Finland we have been active with different national research projects. Very often they are organized by the forest industry. They have the research company inside forest industry. It's called Metsäteho, and also Arponaut is very active partner in that collaboration. So we do nowadays terrain trafficability, road quality assessment with LiDAR data, seedling stand monitoring. We try to do and develop very competitive economical methodologies, because it's one of the problems in our management system. So tree diameter distributions are now wanted more and more, and it's not really easy to calculate the size distribution of trees inside forest stands. Tree quality is very important, and we try to now use different type of stem banks and quality procedures to get some more reliable tree quality information for our management plans. So there are other examples also. GIS-based mill site analysis have been also completed for the Kainuu area, Middle Finland. They were planning to have new mill, pulp mill, and we were calculating the transportation cost and pressure of other mills in Finland, and seeing how feasible is that mill plan. So that was roughly our different project. So